1. Good afternoon, I'm meteorologist Jen Harcher. I'm coming to you live from the Dick Goddard Weather Center here in Cleveland, Ohio with your Northeast Ohio midday update. So we got rid of 2 rounds of rain and thunderstorms, and we had a lot of devastation behind it, especially due to flooding. We've got another round that is headed our way, and that's poised to move in overnight. So let's go ahead and give you a look at the timeline. This is what we're thinking here this afternoon. There will still be some thunderstorms around, especially near the lakeshore after 2 o'clock and points east. So if you're in, let's say, northeastern Cuyahoga, Lake Geauga, Ashtabula County, we're watching this cluster of thunderstorms over the lake. Now the heat and humidity already building in. We're seeing some sunshine around. That's going to make our temperatures boost back into the mid 80s. I had to trim back from 90 because of all that cloud cover and rain lingering earlier today. That still doesn't mean that we're not going to be hot, because when you factor in the humidity, it's still going to feel more like the mid 90s, especially in the areas that we're seeing more sunshine right now. The one timeline to watch, 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. So overnight, we'll be tracking a cluster of thunderstorms once again. It'll produce heavy rain, high winds over 70 miles per hour initially, and there is the risk of a tornado or two as it starts to move into our area. So we'll be watching that closely. Of course, our team will be all over it. And then on Friday, storm coverage rather spotty, about a 20% chance, mainly coming in the morning, but again, I still can't rule it out in the afternoon. Here's a look at satellite and radar right now, and we're getting rid of that one cluster in our southern community is drying out already, but then we're looking over the lake, and that's where we're seeing another cluster forming. As far as flood warnings, this is through 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, still in Lorain and also Ashland County. The remainder of our area remains under a flood watch. This goes through Friday morning. Again, we're going to be getting another round of thunderstorms. Here's a look at what's going on StormFox right now. Some lingering light showers in parts of Tuscarawas County, and then we also have up towards Lake and Ashtabula, starting to see some rain developing and the cloud cover move in. Thunderstorm activity still over the lake. Again, we're going to be watching that cluster over the next couple of hours. Already seeing lots of sunshine here north of 71. It's these areas, our western counties, will likely feel more like the upper 90s once you factor in the humidity and the heat. Temperatures already closing in on the low 80s in those spots. So widening out the view, again, that cluster just over the lake, just north of Cleveland here. It's moving to the east-southeast, so after 2 o'clock, Lake Geauga, northeastern Cuyahoga County, if that holds together, that'll be pushing into your area, again, between 2 and 4 o'clock hour. All these thunderstorms riding along this ridge. It's this heat dome. So you can see not a lot going on in the central parts of the U.S., but along it, along this heat dome, we have showers and waves of showers and thunderstorms forming. So our next wave is going to be developing around 4 or 5 o'clock in parts of Wisconsin and northern Michigan. Of course, stay tuned to Dante and Andre, and they'll be tracking that because if that develops, that's what's going to be moving in after 11 o'clock. Storm Prediction Center has upgraded our northern and northeastern communities in an enhanced risk. That's a 3 out of 5 categories, and again, all risks on the table. The main threats, though, will be high winds and heavy rain, so flash flooding, 70-mile-per-hour winds possible as this drops in, and then of course we can't rule out large hail and the risk of tornadoes. So here it is on Futurecast. Futurecast is picking up on that shower activity in our far northeastern areas later this afternoon. We're breaking out into more sunshine, though. That's going to allow our temperatures to heat back into the mid-80s, feeling more like the mid-90s when you factor in the humidity. And then as we move into the evening, still looking all right at this point, but after 11 o'clock, watch as this cluster moves in. Again, it's coming in overnight, so you have to find ways to get warnings. Again, download our app. National Weather Service, of course, has their venue to get you your alerts and warnings with the NOAA weather radio. But look at this. I'm going to actually pull it back here. This is some heavy rain and again gusty winds associated with this. Along I-90 and east here about 1 o'clock in the morning, that's going to continue to drop to the south, so in and around Akron, Youngstown, 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, and then from there that severe threat in Columbiana, Carroll County by around 3 o'clock in the morning. It doesn't mean that it's going to be over with. The severe threat should be over by 3 o'clock, but we'll still have some rain and rumbles through early Friday morning. By sunrise, still can't rule out a few isolated showers and thunderstorms throughout your Friday. We'll have a mix of sun and clouds, and I'm not expecting any kind of severe weather. Temperatures right around, say, 80 degrees Friday afternoon. All right, so how much rain are we going to get with this other batch? 1 to 2 inches, possible with locally higher amounts. We've already reached 82 degrees. Again, those temperatures have been suppressed a bit due to the cloud cover and the rain this morning. So mid 80s expected for the high. You go out to our far northwestern communities, upper 80s, possibly 90. Look at Chicago, Cedar Rapids, mid 90s, feeling more like the mid 100s for them. Our heat index values, it's going to be the hottest between 4 and 7, where we'll have heat indices anywhere from 93 to 99, again, especially in our northwestern communities. Heavy rain and thunder tonight, the severe window between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. Temperatures right around 70. It's going to be rather muggy as well. Tomorrow, 80, partly cloudy, isolated shower or thunderstorm possible, no severe. And then on Saturday, there's the chance in the morning. I have to take out that icon on Sunday, not expecting any showers or storms Sunday, but temperatures for the most part in the mid and upper 70s as we head into the final week of August. Not a lot of rain chances. So once we get through this cluster here overnight, our rain chances dwindle and it becomes more pleasant, more refreshing into the last week of August. I'm sure we'll be talking with you again soon, later this afternoon and the evening, of course. Dante and Andre coming up 4, 5, and 6 o'clock.